Today I'm going to show you how to make roasted chicken thighs with a delicious kale salad. And before you get started, make sure you preheat your oven to 425 Fahrenheit, convection if possible. Once your oven is preheated to 425, you want to roast your carrots and you want to roast your chicken thighs. So for your carrots, you can just open up your bag. And one thing to keep in mind is here, today I'm going to make roasted chicken and kale salad for 2 people. And I have 2 bundles of kale here. Usually I'll do one large bundle of, this is dinosaur kale, one large bundle of dinosaur kale per 2 people. But since these are not all that huge bundles, I'm gonna do probably like 1.5 to 2 bundles for 2 people. So I put my baby carrots here in a bowl. I have a paper towel just getting rid of some of the excess moisture here. So another way you can do it is you can actually use whole carrots and then do oblique cuts on those carrots, and then you can roast those. But for the weeknight meals, I usually use baby carrots just for the sake of time. So a little drizzle of olive oil in there, a little pinch of salt. I'm using, I believe it's pink Himalayan salt. And I'm mostly using this because it's just easier to see on camera, but my salt of choice is Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. And why Diamond Crystal Kosher salt? It's because that Diamond Crystal Kosher salt is it's like thinner and it's more consistent and it's less salty. So then, like for example, I can season a steak, like a whole side of steak with the Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. It'll be nicely, evenly seasoned, but it won't be too salty. So hopefully that made sense. Gonna set this aside for now. Okay, now we're gonna get started on the chicken thighs. So here I have a baking tray with a wire mesh rack on top. For this recipe, I'm gonna cook, since I'm making it for 2, I'm gonna cook 2 chicken thighs. So open up the skin a little bit, get it nice and flat, then put it skin side up. So we have our olive oil and salt on the carrots. We're gonna season our chicken skin side up with a little bit of salt, and then we're gonna pop both of these into the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's pop them in. So while those are going, let's get started on our salad. One pro tip is when you're using a cutting board, place a damp paper towel or actual towel underneath your cutting board, and then that will prevent the cutting board from moving around while you're cutting. Like this is pretty firmly on there now. And high level, what the salad is we're gonna do thinly sliced kale, julienne red onions, and then we're gonna make a vinaigrette with lemon juice and some extra virgin olive oil. And we're gonna toss in the roasted carrots as well once they're out of the oven and once they cool down a little bit. So here's another pro tip. When you're cutting things that are bundled, like this dinosaur kale right here is bundled with this ribbon. Other things that fall into this category are like parsley, cilantro, green onions. They all have like a rubber band or something bundling them together. The thing is, like, you can take this off when you're washing the vegetable, but after you're done washing it, you wanna put the ribbon back on because this really helps you as you're cutting. Also, when you're cutting like parsley, cilantro, and whatnot, these loose leaves at the end, when I'm cutting it, I like to grab them, bend them, fold them back a little bit when I start cutting, because that just keeps it a little bit more tidy, in my opinion. So what you want to do is you want to cut these into thin ribbons. And then you can see like this band right here. This is helping me keep this together. It's almost like another set of hands just grabbing this and holding it tight. So when you're cutting green onions, parsley, cilantro, that kind of stuff, do not throw away the band. Save it because it makes cutting just a lot simpler. Look at that. I'm not even touching it and it's already kind of bundled together. It's not like flattening out or separating. Pop these into our bowl. And then I'm gonna do a 2-person serving. I'll probably do honestly just half of this guy. We're gonna finely slice half of this onion here. So once again, I'm gonna trim off that root, take off the top, cut this one in half, just in the middle of that little knob. Actually, I'm just gonna peel off this other layer. Okay, so we're gonna finely slice this one. And here's a pro tip is here, the knob. When you're dicing an onion, the knob helps hold the onion together. So when you're dicing and making your vertical horizontal cuts, this whole thing kind of stays as one unit. But when you're julienning, when you're thinly slicing, you want the slices to separate. If you want your slices to separate, then this is kind of like not helpful. So what you want to do is get your knife, cut at a little 45-degree angle, and then cut off this knob. Now that you've cut off the knob, then when you're slicing, your slices are going to separate a little bit better. And then once you get to about this point where your knife is above your finger, then what you want to do is you want to roll your onion over and then keep cutting from this other side. We're going to put our onions, I'm going to let them rain and fall down and separate there. Since we've taken off the little knob, like all the pieces easily separate. They all come apart. You don't have that one piece where it's like just a whole row of onion things together. So last but not least, we're going to juice some lemons. We're going to drizzle in the lemon, add some salt, add some olive oil, and we're going to let this sit for a bit while we wait for the chicken and the carrots to cook. So there's several ways you can juice. Right now I don't have my citrus juicer with me, but if I had it, it's like this press. Then I cut it this way, put it in the juicer and juice it out. But yeah, if you have one of those, feel free to use that. I think those are absolutely terrific. But since I don't have one with me at the moment, I'm going to kind of quarter these up. And I think one thing is that when you're looking at recipes and then they tell you to like 1 lemon, 2 lemon, whatever, I think a lot of that is something you need to double check as well. For example, sometimes lemons are juicier than other times, and then sometimes lemons are more acidic than other times. So all to say, like whenever you see a recipe, like you still have to taste it. So I can tell you right now that like use 1 lemon per large bundle of kale. But like maybe for you, like your lemon is extra juicy or is extra acidic, then maybe you would want to use less than that. Or maybe you like your salad a little bit less acidic than I do. So then maybe you would want to use a little bit less of that. Yeah, so keep tasting it, make sure it is to your preference. And here I'm just juicing it into a bowl, and I have a little strainer right here to collect all the seeds. There we go. Have our lemon juice. One thing I forgot to let you know is that I put a 25-minute timer on the oven for the chicken and the carrots. So once that time is up, then we'll resume. So see you in a bit. All right, so we're about 15 minutes into our cook. Let's take a look. All right, the chicken's looking nice and crispy, the skin. Gonna give these carrots a little shake on the tray. The 25-minute timer just rang, so let's check on our chicken. All right, chicken here is looking nice, golden and crispy. Let's place on the trivet there. Let's pull out our carrots as well. So carrots, nicely colored. Chicken, crispy skin on the outside, super crispy. And let's check for doneness on our chicken. Since this is chicken thigh and it is a dark meat, I want to target a slightly higher temperature. We're hitting about 168, 170 on the thermometer there. Now let's wait a couple minutes for our carrots to cool down before we start assembling our salad. About 5 minutes has passed and our carrots are now cool enough to pick up. Now let's start assembling our salad. First thing, we want to drop in our carrots, and you can use however many or few carrots. We're going to drizzle in some of our lemon juice, and keep in mind that I like my kale salad, or my salads in general, a little bit more acidic. A little swirl of olive oil and a good pinch of salt. So one thing is that a lot of people don't season their salads. And it's really important to season your salad because that salt just helps bring out so much of that flavor. Let's start assembling our plate. We're gonna start off with a handful of kale salad right in the middle. And then one thing about plating salad is that feel free, you can like compress it, you can squeeze it a little bit as you're plating it. We're gonna grab one piece of our chicken thigh, lay it on right there. That's it. That's a roasted chicken thigh with a kale salad. Now let's see how it tastes. Okay, let's cut into the chicken. Super juicy chicken thigh. The skin is salty. It's so crispy. It's phenomenal. Well, let's try the kale salad. The fresh lemon juice makes the salad so bright, so refreshing. Yeah, so that's the roasted chicken with kale salad. Let me know how you like it.